A warm autumn wind passes through East Missoula, pulling crispy leaves off the trees lining Speedway Avenue. Most of the houses are empty and so are the streets. People have gone to work for the day. An elderly black Labrador named Cree, who's hard of hearing, sits on the back porch of one house and barks for his master, who's been in the nearby shed since early morning. 37-year-old Andrew Masel calls the shed his office and his shop. For 5 years now, he's been running his business, Mission Mountain Joinery, from his home, and he has no helping hands. He's a traditional woodworker, builder of handmade furniture. He's currently working on 3 black walnut nightstands, and he sticks to the basic hand tools for most of the work, such as carving dovetail joints. He refuses to cut corners by using an electric router. Instead, he cuts away flakes of walnut, one shaving at a time, using a very sharp chisel.
All the small hand tools I utilize still daily, and I'm aware of that when I use them. I'm aware of where they came from. For instance, I have an old square here that's old and rusted, but it's still, 100% accurate and can be adjusted and is equivalent to anything I would go and purchase new, but I appreciate the fact that it was, passed down.
In Masel's living room, about 24 molding planes sit on shelves attached to the wall. More than a century and a half old, the wood planes have been worn smooth and shiny from decades of use. They still work, but now they're just a reminder. On the bottom side of the planes, the creator's initials FM can still faintly be seen. The letters stand for Frank Masel, Andrew's great-grandfather.
My father is a carpenter and general contractor. Yeah, his roots were in traditional carpentry, as were his father's and his grandfather's, and my great-grandfather came from Germany in the middle of the 19th century to Maryland, where I'm from, and began a carpentry business there.
Even though woodworking seems to be ingrained in Masel's blood, he doesn't stick to the family trade because he likes being in the shop. He prefers coming up with furniture designs for clients rather than making the furniture himself.
A lot of people have this romantic notion of working with wood, and there's that element, but after 20 years of doing it, the time spent in the shop is what's required to manifest the drawing. And that time is pleasing to me, but it's not the attraction.
The business is working out quite well for him and his wife Jessica, and their only child, 2-month-old Levi, especially since Masel only works 4 houses down the street.
He comes home for lunch every day, and it's wonderful. And yeah, it's been great, especially since we've had Levi. Yeah.
But Masel spends much of his time in the shop, working 40 hours a week there and spending 20 hours more handling just the business end of Mission Mountain Joinery.
He works a lot. I think that's a kind of a small business thing. You work all the time, kind of, He's real flexible with, I guess, the needs of the family. Like if I'm a student, and so he can watch Levi when I'm in class, and then work late at night.
If I want to take a day to spend with my family, or a week, or what have you, I can figure that in. So it's kind of, it's an all-out effort all the time, with the flexibility of being able to turn it off anytime I want. And that balances out the commitment of time, just being in control.
Masel only works on commission and takes jobs one at a time.
All of my clients have come through word of mouth. When I use the word a blessing or feel so fortunate, I truly do, because I'm not sure how it works. And it reminds me, too, when I was very young, and all I remember is the title of a particular book called Love What You Do and the Money Will Follow. And it seems to be functioning for me.
Maisel doesn't know how long he'll keep working in the shop, or if he'll hire another hand to take over the woodworking, so he can just focus on design. One thing is for certain, he's going to stay in the woodworking business in one aspect or another for years to come.
The roots are really deep in what I'm doing, and I'm not discontent, but I am open to expanding, because I think we need to be in life, always being willing to expand and grow.
This is Trevin Millard reporting from the University of Montana.